All right, Kickstart My Heart. This is a fun one. Section A, 11 bars of rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm going to try to show you each bar one time only, but slow enough where you can catch what I'm doing. And then there may be a few bars here and there I'll kind of explain a little more in depth. Section B. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Okay, section C, a little tricky for two reasons. Number one, figuring out where the snare is placed is important, right? Number two is hearing it in context with the next section. So if you were casually listening to this song, you're probably going to identify the snare on the 2 and the 4. The reason is because the guitar plays a little trick in that second bar on the third playthrough on beat 3, and that's what makes everything feel like it has shifted. But if you stick to the count, I promise you're going to end up in the right spot at the right time. Let me show you these 3 bars. Bar 1, one time. Bar 2, one time, but you're going to play it 6 times when you play it. And bar 3, one time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let me show you the next section, give you some context, and then I'll string them all together. So section D at 32 goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and the count stops right there and jumps. It's a steady 4 on the floor, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fills are kind of placed on the and beats, which gives it a little bit of a different feel as well. If I were playing it kind of a medium speed, it would go like this. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and, right? So go back to section C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, you're going to do that section 6 times on bar 2 into the fill. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're ready for the next section again. Section D, you're just coming in with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now look, it's funny to count this, right? Because it's hard to give it the voice that it needs. So whatever, if you're just counting your 4 on the floor only and then you're feeling where the and beat is, or you're counting 1 and 2 and or whatever, the most important thing is you stick to putting the snare in the correct spot and keep that 4 on the floor moving the entire time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now if I played it faster without counting and just by feel. Right. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and. That's kind of what you're working up towards. Then you're going to stop the beat right there, move into the third bar. 35 seconds, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and into the yellow fill, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, 38 seconds for the verse here. Instead of putting the beat on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you're going to move that hi-hat to the snare. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's kind of the great secret mystery of the song, I suppose. Now on those flams throughout the song, I do it a little bit more delayed because it helps cut through the noise when everything's kind of cranked up to full intensity. So my flam is going to be more like 1 and 2 and, like almost a double, where you can kind of hear both strokes versus a really crisp flam. And I find that that helps it just kind of cut through the noise a little bit. So at 38 seconds, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 43 seconds, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 48 seconds, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 3 seconds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up. 59 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let me show you that section again. I think in the recording there's a little more activity than what I've written, but what I've written will get you there as well. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 109 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 115 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and. So hopefully you're catching some of the subtleties throughout the song. For example, remember you were on the snare. Now you're on the hi-hat. Right? For example, in the first bar, on the fourth beat, he goes ahead and he drops the kick, but he doesn't in other places. So it's and 2, 3, 4, right? Just pay attention for what's written because it's going to help you line the song up exactly as it's played. 120 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and. Now look, notice I'm also not counting. I'm not going and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The reason for that is the faster you play, the harder it is to articulate each of those beats as you go. So that's why I usually just have the bass and the snare as my main count unless it's a fill. And 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4. Right? I don't have to say and 4 and. Just difficult to do that at full speed. So whatever system of counting works for you, but just pay attention to what's written. 123, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 128. You're resting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 134. You're going to do this whole thing 2 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. Now that's actually, you're not doing that twice, you're doing the 2 bars twice, and that's what I just showed you. The only thing here is just pay attention for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 4, and piece. 139, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and twice. Now 144 at that pink fill. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now into this kind of seafoam green fill. And 2, 3, 4 and. Now go back and do bars 1 and 2 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then those same 2 fills again. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 203, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now you're at 206, back to the hi-hat, and 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. All right, here we are at 211. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 222, and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 225, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Okay, now you're coming in at 229. You're going to rest 3 times, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 233. You're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and. Now you're counting this bar 8 times. On the 5th time, you'll just do the crashes only again. So you go 5, 6, 7, and 8th time through. Now you're at 244. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 7 times. Again on the 5th time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now you go 6 and 7. Up to this maroon fill at 253. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 254. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then the next bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're going to rest 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now bars 1 and 2 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 302, I'm going to show you both of these sections in a fluid motion so you kind of get the idea. You come in with the rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 2 and 2, 3, 1 and 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 313. You're coming out of the last piece. 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Here's that one more time. 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and. 316 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 321 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 327, just keep it going. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Now you'll notice that I just played bar 3 once. I have to stay in bar 3 for a total of 5 times. And then when I'm done with that 5 times, I go into the green fill. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So make sure you pay attention to the count there so you don't get totally lost. It's going to go bars 1 and 2. Bar 3 is going to happen 5 times. Then bar 4. Now bars 1 and 2, bar 3, bar 4. 343 kind of have this little bit of a and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3 and. So it's kind of a cool, fun little swing sort of beat. Just stick to the count, you'll get it. Let me show you one more time. And 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3 and. 348 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Okay, you're doing that whole sequence 3 different times, and that will take you up to 404. 404, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Now you're at 406 for the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the yellow fill. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, this is where things start to get a little tricky. I'll go nice and slow and just show you piece by piece. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Jumping right into 414. Metronome's going to start changing. Things are going to start getting weird. This count might not be like super hyper accurate. It's a count that works as like a structure as the metronome changes, because I haven't gone through and like analyzed, does the metronome drop by 6 beats or 8 beats or 12? Like, it's just kind of a framework to work in. 1, and E, 4, and E, 3, and E, and 3. I am not counting everything in between. I'm only counting that structure. 1, and E, 4, and E, 3, and E, and 3, right? Here's 423 to the end. I'll count the cadence a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go. We're about to start 426. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm at 430. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm at 431. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's slowed pretty considerably by 433. 1, 2, 3, into these flams. And then I'm resting till 438.